Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Joseph Williams with your Valley News Now First Alert Evening update. And it's still cold outside. That's the main story for tonight, tracking that bitter cold across a region. In fact, some areas are seeing dangerous cold, if you will, as it can lead to frostbite in just minutes. The time is currently 8:09 p.m. and the temperature is currently 13 below in the Fargo-Moorhead area, with wind chills much lower still. So our First Alert weather day will continue until late Monday morning as that bitter cold continues across our region. So take a quick look at our cold weather alerts and in effect as of Sunday evening. We still have that extreme cold warning in effect for northwest Minnesota and northern Minnesota mostly until 9 a.m. Tomorrow morning. And meanwhile, northeast North Dakota, southeast North Dakota, and the Southern Valley are all under a cold weather advisory. That's because we expect our coldest wind chills for tonight to be in northern Minnesota, whereas eastern North Dakota and the Southern Valley are anticipating wind chills that are slightly warmer but still dangerously cold. Generally expecting wind chills in the 40s below zero in northern Minnesota, whereas eastern North Dakota and the Southern Valley are expecting wind chills in the 30s below zero. Here's a look at current temperatures. Currently seeing some 20s out in the Northern Valley, 24 in Howlock as of 8 o'clock this evening versus 13 below in Fargo and 12 below in Jamestown. Earlier this afternoon, we were in the single digits to low teens below zero. So we are seeing those temperatures dropping as we head into tonight as daytime heating goes away. And we are seeing that temperature drop as we head into tonight. And then with that drop in temperature comes the drop in wind chill too. We were seeing wind chills in the 30s below zero earlier this afternoon. Now we're seeing some 40s below zero out in Langdon and in Howlock. Baudette seeing 34 below zero versus 25 below in Fargo. So it is cold outside. It's going to get colder still as we head into tonight. That's because we're still under this Arctic air mass, but we're still on track for that warm up on Monday. You can see there's a low pressure system out in Canada. It's actually bringing a wave of heat to parts of Canada and northern Montana. And some of that blue will make its way into our region tomorrow afternoon, warming us up into the teens in the process and giving us a brief break from this Arctic air mass that we've been seeing throughout the past several days. Again, first alerting you to that bitter cold continuing into Monday morning, but by Monday afternoon, that bitter cold will be out of our region and we'll actually see temperatures climbing above zero for the first time in several days. And then for the rest of the week, we're dealing with sub-zero morning lows, especially towards the end of the week. We are first alert tracking our next weather maker, which could bring some cold towards the end of the week, as well as some precipitation chances for the upcoming weekend. Let's go over the wind chill for tonight first. Starting the clock at 9 o'clock, we'll see wind chills in the 30s below zero by midnight, and we'll see those wind chills staying in the 30s below zero well into your Monday morning commute. In fact, as I mentioned, parts of northwest Minnesota, they're under that extreme cold warning because like Thief River Falls and Fallston, for example, they could see wind chills in the 40s below zero. So it's going to be very cold out there. By around 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're looking at morning lows, morning air temperatures in the single digits below zero in eastern North Dakota, teens below zero in the Red River Valley, and teens below zero in northwest Minnesota. That's for the air temperature. The wind chill will be in the low 30s below zero in eastern North Dakota, and mid to upper 30s below zero in the Red River Valley and northwest Minnesota. So for example, looking at 14 below and 37 below in Fargo versus 15 below and 38 below in Roseau, and 7 below and 32 below in Langdon. So it is once again going to be another bitterly cold morning. Make sure that your kids are bundled up and wearing those layers as they head to school. By the afternoon hours though, daytime heating does take hold and southwesterly flow does occur during the morning hours. So we'll see the wind chill actually climbing throughout the day. And by early Monday afternoon, wind chills will be in the single digits below zero in eastern North Dakota and low teens below zero in northwest Minnesota. So still cold, but it's basically your seasonably cold, just uncomfortable, if you will. Not necessarily dangerously cold. It just means you'll want a couple of layers and maybe keep the gloves on standby too. But it's not as cold as it's been for these past few days when we were seeing those 30s and 40s and even 50s below zero for the wind chill. Looking at our air temperature, tomorrow afternoon we're looking at a high of 14 in Fargo with a wind chill 3 below by around 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon versus 14 and 3 below for Wapaton and 15 and 4 below for Valley City. Remember, these highs are actually above zero. The afternoon temperatures will be above zero. And like I said, this is for the first time in about several days where we see that warm up taking place. So that is the good news. Bad news is towards the end of the week, we get another brief cold snap taking place. It won't last as long, and it's not going to be as cold as this past weekend has been, but we will see a brief cool down take place towards the end of the week where we'll see morning lows in the teens below zero and possibly colder wind chills still. And here's a look at our lows over the next few days to show you what I mean. Tuesday morning, sub-zero lows. Wednesday morning, also sub-zero lows. Thursday morning gets a little colder. We're looking at some of this lighter pink shading that indicates temperatures in the teens below zero as that weaker blast of Arctic air settles in on Thursday and Friday. It'll cause morning temperatures to drop into the teens below zero for Thursday morning and more teens below zero across nearly all of North Dakota and all of Minnesota for Friday morning. So Friday morning will be slightly colder still in some spots. Definitely make sure to bundle up if you're heading out for Thursday and Friday morning. By Saturday morning, we are back in the single digits below zero for temperatures, and by Saturday afternoon, we'll see temperatures climbing into the teens across the region. So we are going to be on the cold side for Thursday and Friday morning. Here's a look at expected morning lows for some of our cities. Fargo, for example, see a morning low of 13 below on Thursday and 12 below on Friday versus 11 below and 12 below for Grand Forks on Thursday and Friday, and 15 below and 14 below for Bemidji on Thursday and Friday, respectively. Meanwhile, eastern North Dakota, like in Devils Lake and Jamestown, they're not going to be as cold, but we're still looking at sub-zero temperatures for both Thursday and Friday in Devils Lake and Jamestown. Detroit Lake's a little colder still with a morning low of 12 below on Thursday and 10 below for Friday morning. So basically, we're looking at teens below zero, likely in the Red River Valley and parts of northwest Minnesota, single digits to low teens below zero in the eastern North Dakota. So northwest Minnesota and the Red River Valley may be slightly colder. Stick with Valley News Live for first little updates as we get towards the end of the week. But basically, it's going to be cold towards the end of the week. Make sure to keep the winter gear on standby just in case. As for any wintry weather chances, well, we are looking at a few showers in northern Minnesota, late morning and early afternoon Monday. Rest of the work week looking dry, but towards the upcoming weekend, we are first alert tracking a clipper system that'll bring some scattered showers our way. We're still on track to see some of that moisture come in. Here's a look at our first alert forecast for Monday to show you what I mean. Clear skies overnight into Monday morning, but around 9 to 10 o'clock, we'll see a moisture-starved cold front moving into northern Minnesota, bring some scattered snow showers into parts of northwest Minnesota. These showers are fast-moving, and they don't have much moisture attached to them, so by around 3 o'clock, they're southeast of our region, and they'll be pretty much out of our region by the early afternoon hours, leaving behind, clearing skies for the rest of the day. We're just left with some cloud cover. And how much snow are we looking at? Not much, probably about half an inch at most likely a couple tenths of an inch of snow accumulation in northwest Minnesota. So very little moisture expected because, again, the showers are light, and the showers are light, like I mentioned, and they're fast moving, so they're not going to be able to stick around and cause that snow to pile up on the ground. The showers are out pretty much in northwest Minnesota between 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They're out of our region after 3 o'clock, leaving behind some of that cloud cover in the process. And thereafter, like I mentioned, the rest of the work week is going to be chilly. Chilly with sub-zero lows, single-digit highs, especially towards the end of the week where we see some teens below zero in the Red River Valley and northwest Minnesota. But on the bright side, high pressure will linger for most of the week, keeping skies clear and sunny. Just a few clouds, and that's it for the rest of the work week. So go enjoy that sunshine, but do make sure to bundle up, like I mentioned. Just be understanding that it's still cold outside. Just because it looks sunny doesn't mean it doesn't feel cold. Now, heading into the weekend, models vary on exactly how much shower activity we will see, and therefore how much snow accumulation we will see. So I can't really give out snow totals yet. What we are a little more certain on, though, is that Sometime between Saturday and Sunday, a weak clipper system will sweep into our region, bringing some isolated to scattered snow showers in the process. The model you just saw there, that's the European model. It basically wants some snow between Saturday and early Sunday afternoon, with that snow pushing east by late afternoon. One of our other models, the American model, wants the snow arriving earlier and sticking around just a little bit longer. So we are going to keep an eye on the timing to see how much snow accumulation we could get. But the point is, we will see some snow showers for the upcoming weekend, which may impact any travel plans you have coming up, even with light snow accumulations. Next week, though, as we transition into February, we're looking at partly sunny skies and, for the most part, staying quiet heading into next week. Overall, we're dealing with temperatures in the teens below zero for your Monday morning commute. Warming back up into the teens Monday afternoon, and heading into the rest of the week, we will see highs in the single digits, lows below zero. Thursday and Friday morning, very chilly indeed, with morning lows in the teens below zero. This upcoming weekend, though, we will warm back up into the teens and 20s. And by early February, we're trending in the 20s, warmer than normal for early February, and basically giving us a break from this Arctic air that we've been seeing over the past few days. So we are going to finally get a break from those cold temperatures. But again, we are also First Alert tracking some snow chances this upcoming weekend, so stick with Valley News Live as we get closer to the upcoming weekend. Now I'm going to get off of here. I will be back on Valley News Live at 9 and 10, so be sure to tune in to your First Alert forecast to get the latest First Alert forecast details. And I've also been giving periodic updates on the VNN First Alert weather app, and Summer Schnellbach will be in tomorrow morning to cover Valley Today if you're not able to watch any of the shows for tonight. So in the meantime, like I said, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the show. Have a wonderful night.